This is the new MPG B860i Edge TI Wi-Fi. It's considered the mid-tier board when compared to the upper Z890 model at about $80 to $100 cheaper, depending on what deals are going on. Now, I say new because, at least here in the US, we just got this recently, whereas the official release date was actually back in May. So supposedly, the rest of the world got it a little bit earlier. But regardless, I covered the Z890 in a short video a few months ago, and they are very similar with a few differences. So I'll talk about what they are in this video. First feature to cover are the ports in the back. Intel Z series will usually always come with higher end and faster ports on the back compared to B series. Aside from the number of USB ports, B860 gives you 4 USB-A at 5 gigs and only one 10 gig port, whereas Z890 starts you off with 10 gigs at the bare minimum and they give you 7 of those. Z890 also gives 2 Thunderbolt 4 versus the single on the B860. A customizable smart button also is an extra on the upper model, and everything remaining is the same on both boards. On the front side, VRM heatsink will have slightly larger surface area on the Z890 based on that top piece, as well as an integrated mini fan to handle hotter and heavier loads. Storage capacity, B860 can hold up to 2 M.2 SSDs and 2 SATA devices, whereas Z890 can have up to 4 M.2s and 2 SATA devices, but only when you use the 5-in-1 expander card. B860 also does not get the screwless quick-release M.2 heatsink like the Z890 does. Speaking of the heatsink, in my past video, I talked about how the heatsink on the Z890 has a hanging corner that could scratch the backplate of your GPU if you're not careful. And I did propose a solution for that. The B860 on the other hand is much better because the physical design doesn't have that hanging corner, so it's not something to worry about. Then there is the power delivery. B860 comes with 8 111 on the VRM, whereas the Z890 will have 10 111, which means your CPU will get slightly better boosting capabilities, and which also explains why the VRM heatsink needs to be bigger and requires a mini fan as shown earlier, since temperatures can get higher if you want to push it. So of course everyone's needs will be different, and for the price gap, I'd like to know between these two boards, which one would you do in an ITX build and why? Or maybe not specifically just these two boards, but rather the features given in an Intel B860 series versus the Z890 series. Which one would you go for? Let me know.